All right, let's go another round here. This time around, we are going to multiply B times A. So we're going to take matrix B, which happens to be a 3 by 2 matrix, and multiply it to matrix A, which happens to be a 2 by 3 matrix. So once again, B is 3 by 2. And we're going to multiply that to a 2 by 3 matrix. The numbers in the middle do match, right? So our answer this time will be a whopping 3 by 3 matrix. So it'll be a bigger one, which is no big deal. But we're going to do columns times rows. So 3 rows times 3 columns will give us a 3 by 3 matrix. Let's go ahead and write those down before Corona bites me again. We're going to look at 5, -2, 6. Then we're going to do a 1, a 7, and a 0. We're going to take that matrix and multiply it by a 0, 4, and 9 times a -3, a 3, and a 2. And if you notice, I left some room in between these matrices and little gaps in here because I know that I'm going to pick this row up and dump it into the column. So I gave myself some room there. So just like I said, we're going to take this 5 and the 1. We're going to pick it up like Superman, walk it over here to the edge, and as we dump it in, the 1 will drop to the bottom and the 5 will sit right on top of that. Once again, we're going to use multiplication and then add those together. So for our answer, we do know that it's going to be a 3 by 3 matrix, so I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. And we're going to do 5 times 0 plus 1 times -3 is going to be 0 plus -3 and give us a -3. So the first row times the first column, our answer is going to be in the first row, first column, -3. Now I'm just going to take these numbers, the 5 and the 1. I'm going to take the numbers, the 5 and the 1, and the plus sign. I'm going to move these over, and we'll do the next row. So 5 times 4 is going to give us 20. 1 times 3 is going to give us 3. So 20 plus 3 gives us 23. And that will be in the first row, second column. So first row, second column will be the number 23. Next, I'm going to grab those numbers, the 5 and the 1. I'm going to walk them over to the next row, and we're going to do 5 times 9, which happens to be 45, and 1 times 2, which happens to be a 2. We'll add those together, and we'll get a 47 there in that third row. Outstanding. All right, let's go ahead and move these. We'll delete those. Go team. And now I'm going to move down to, I keep hitting my buttons in here, and that thing, that's showing up or not. But every time I hit the button, it dings. Not sure if you guys can hear that, but go team. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this row, the -2 and the 7. I'm going to move it over. I have my -2 times 0 and 7 times -3. As I dump it in, the 7 hits the bottom, the -2 sits on top. I'm going to multiply those together and then add them so that I get 0 plus -21 gives me a -21 in the first row, second column. Sorry, second row, first column. I'm going to move my second row. I'm going to move my second row over to the second column. So second row, second column will give me an answer in the second row, second column. -2, 4 is a -8. 7 times 3 is a 21. And -8 and 21, 13. So positive 13 in the middle there. Let's go ahead and move our fun. Let's see if I can get that plus sign as well. Over to the last column. Now we're going to do second row times the third column, and our answer will go in second row, third column. It's going to be a -18 plus 14. So -18 plus 14 is going to give us a -4. So -4 goes right in there. We have one more row to do. This is going to be an easy one because it's got a 0 in it. So I'm going to take my 6 times 0. I'm going to pick that bad boy up, walk it over, and dump it in. The 0 is going to hit the bottom first, and the 6 will sit right on top of that. We'll multiply that math. 6 times 0 is 0. 0 times -3 gives us a 0. Fantastic. You know what I should do is get rid of this font because Don't want it to look too confusing. Boom. And get rid of these guys. We used you already, you're gone. But I am going to grab these, move these over, and do the same math. 6 times 4 is 24, 0 times 3 is 0, so we're just going to get a 24. I'm going to go in the next row. And for the last one, I'm not even going to bother moving it because 6 times 9 is 54 and 0 times 2 is 0. So we end up with 54 in that last column. And there's our answer. It is a 3 by 3 matrix. We did all the rows times all the columns, wrote our numbers in. Pretty simple stuff. But there are easier problems out there. So that one wasn't too bad. If you get the mechanics for that problem, you are ready for the quiz. That's all we're really doing. That's the most difficult problem that we're going to have on this particular quiz. Now we're going to do A times C. Watch how easy this is. We have a 2 by 3 matrix times C, which happens to be a 2 by 2 matrix. And lo and behold, bad news, the 3 by 2 does not work. The answer to this one, real simple, not possible. You will get questions like that on the quiz. Just got to recognize that dimensions don't match up in order to multiply those matrices together. So there you go. Pretty simple stuff. Pretty simple stuff. All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you these problems here. B times C and C times A. I'm going to stop the video now, but while I stop this video, I am going to bring these back up in the next video, and we're going to work on B times C and C times A. See if you can do them on your own right now and try them out. See if you can get an answer. What would that answer look like? Try it on your own. You will get a quiz question very similar to these. And then we're going to do some other problems after this, and then we'll be done. We're going to square matrices, but that's simple. Really, really simple to square matrices. And I'm kind of pausing so you can write this stuff down. You could always hit pause and write them down, but I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt and giving you time to pause, write them down, and work the problems out. I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. All right, ladies and gents, until the next episode, embrace the magic.